Episode 19 here on AJ's Diecast News and Reviews. We are only one away from our 20th NASCAR review milestone. That's pretty big, as will be this episode. In tradition with our episode numbers, we will look at car number 19. We could go all the way back to Evernham Motorsports, maybe look at Casey Atwood or Jeremy Mayfield, who fielded those iconic red Dodges, or maybe something more recent, such as future Hall of Famer Martin Truex Jr. and the Bass Pro Shop's Joe Gibbs racing machine, or I could go out of left field and grab Elliott Sadler. He joined a crumbling Evernham Motorsports in 2007. Evernham became Gillette Evernham Motorsports that same year, then went through a messy team merger with Petty Enterprises in 2009 to become Richard Petty Enterprises. Sadler wasn't even supposed to drive this 2009 Dodge Charger. In fact, Petty announced that AJ Allmendinger would drive the car in 2009, while Ray Evernham signed a contract with Sadler to drive the same car in 2009. After a settlement, Allmendinger got the shaft, and Sadler drove the car with Best Buy, Stanley Tools, and McDonald's as his main sponsors throughout the season. Sadler started 2009 with Richard Petty Motorsports, being a veteran driver alongside his new teammate in the 43 car, Reed Sorensen, Casey Kane in the 9, and AJ Allmendinger drove the 44 car. Sadler ended the year with another middling season and a points finish of 26th. He had finished 25th and 24th in points the prior two seasons. His standout performance in 2009 was a 5th place finish at the Daytona 500. So today, we'll be looking at Elliott Sadler's 2009 Best Buy Dodge Charger, made by Action Racing Collectibles, who at this time was owned by Motorsport Authentics. Many consider Motorsport Authentic's ownership as the beginning of the decline of NASCAR Diecasts in terms of quality, and there's certainly evidence of that, especially in their 1/64th car lines. This box is pretty worn, so we'll just pop this bad boy open. First impressions, I love this scheme, and I think it looks really good. The dark blue and bright yellow come together very nicely, and the car has medium heft to it. The front, we have a refreshed Dodge Charger front end. Also a big splitter here on the bottom, on par with Generation 5 Car of Tomorrow cars. Ooh. Unfortunately, I can see the headlight and grille decals are slightly crooked, leaning to the right. You see that there? They aren't straight. You can really see it if you look at the grille and the word Charger beneath it. Most people probably wouldn't even notice that though, right? Best Buy is on the hood, and we have no markings on the windshield as the cars didn't have name banners back then. Nice looking interior though. I'm actually slightly impressed. They snuck those contingency sponsors above the splitter there. Ooh, here's another little nick. Elliott Sadler's name is crooked above the window. Best Buy is slapped across the side and is very visible thanks to good color choices. A very distinctive look, especially on track. I like the little Dodge logo here on the massive Gen 5 car spoiler. These were to provide downforce. On the 1/64th scale cars, they molded the spoiler to the car's body. In real life, there was obviously separation between the spoiler and the trunk of the car. Smart choice though to make it a single piece, otherwise it would be too fragile. The spoiler is separated on 1/24th scale cars, though they have a tendency to easily break off. On the back of the car, we have Best Buy, Best Buy, Best Buy, and a nice yellow stripe on the bumper. That yellow stripe actually runs around the entirety of the car. Siemens is on the trunk. The top view is very attractive. I like that 19 being blue, while on the sides it's white. They keep the Siemens white, which matches the white of the 19 along the sides. The roof rails break up the yellow roof with a nice stripe of dark blue. It's a very visually pleasing scheme. Here on the other side, looks like they painted over the exhaust vents underneath the Dodge sponsor here. Slight paint chip here as well. I know it's very hard to see, but the interior is nicely molded. I know it's just a light gray plastic, but you can really see a lot of those minor details inside. It looks really good. Pipes, tubes. I mean, that's a good looking car right there. Okay, quick stress test time. The center squeeze, you can hear a slight snapping sound, but it actually feels pretty solid. It would take a ton of force to possibly break this with a solid squeeze. No creaking when squeezed on the hood or the trunk. Side squeezes, they're solid. Flipping to the underside, we have a plastic chassis and plastic tires. The Motorsport Authentic's logo replaces any action branding, and it's located right here. On the top right, it says Chrysler LLC, since this is a Dodge product. It states Made in China at the lower right. No date of production stamp anywhere on the car. And again, I think it's weird that they just removed any action branding on the car, yet on the box, they still use the action name. I mean, honestly, it is pretty evident the cost-cutting measures Motorsport Authentics placed on these releases. It's a shell of the cars action racing was making in the past. The high-quality materials, detailed and painted interior, and the rubber tires are all gone for a lighter-feeling car with more cheaper plastics and an overall less significant diecast. This car, probably due to its color scheme and name brand sponsor, also has decent value on the used market. They are going for around $20 to $30 in 1/64th scale. You can find it in the action packaging like this one I have today, or the Winner's Circle clamshell packaging. There's also a Best Buy gift card packaging. Yeah, you could buy this car and use it as a gift card. There was a barcode on its chassis. That's just fun marketing right there. Great idea. But seriously, this car is pretty great looking. I give it a 19 points out of 20. It loses a point for the crooked grille and headlights. But how can you not love this scheme? It's darn right a pleasurable mix of colors done perfectly right. All the context I gave at the beginning of the video further tells the story behind this car and its driver, Elliott Sadler. And just like Best Buy's terrible return policy, you can't return what you just watch and listen to. I mean, hopefully you wouldn't want to do that to begin with. I put a lot of effort into this. And to show some thanks, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe, like, and comment below. Share this channel with friends who have similar enjoyment to diecasts. I'm AJ, and I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed this car. Take care, be kind, and I will see you in episode 20. Wow! Episode 20, the big 2-0. That's incredible. See you then.